Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
What's up, everybody? Merch Minds podcast. My name is Glen. I have a YouTube channel, Hustler Hacks. You guys may have seen it before. This is Yong, my co-host.
Hey. I don't have a YouTube channel, but well, I guess technically I do, but I'm not very active on it.
But this is episode number 25.
25. This is a quarter century in, and it doesn't seem like it. It's gone by really fast.
Super fast.
We've had a lot of guests, and to be honest with you, man, it seems like we've done so many of these. To be honest with you, I can't really remember who our guest was last week. No, seriously. Because we've done so much, and it just seems like I would have to literally go on iTunes and see who our guest was. But anyway,
we've done so much, but yet we've done so little.
I know, but you know what? And to be honest with you, you and I were talking earlier in the week, and I feel like we've come a long way, right? Because compared to episode 1, because for those of you guys that don't know, I do most of the editing. Like when we first started, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, right? I didn't know how to edit. I've never done it before, right? But after doing it 25 times now, I've gotten really comfortable. I feel like my editing skills have gotten much better. But our microphone skills, man, our mic skills have gotten much better, right?
Exactly. And it'll get better over time. We've gotten better. A long way to go. When we get to episode 100, let's see what the editing and what our voices sound like. Maybe a little different.
When we get to 100, this is going to be some buck wild Joe Rogan podcast.
100. Well, let's see what this evolves to. But we have a good show today, a topic that Yong really wanted to talk about, and I was like, you know what? I think this is a great topic that I don't think we've really, gone into it to really talk in detail about this. So, Yong, you want to share a little bit before we talk about the numbers?
Yeah, we're probably going to get a lot of criticism from listeners. That's okay. This is a topic that I want to talk about. It's basically talking about taking action and the cost of running a pod print-on-demand business. And the reason being is because I'm seeing all kinds of comments from people and I don't know, I guess you would say some negativity amongst the forums and the Facebook groups. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do, as always, we're going to talk about our own personal numbers and how we're doing, what our goals are, if we have any. So, Glenn, you want to talk numbers?
Sure. Let me go and check. So today is March 30th. We have one more day, and then we're done for the month of March already. So super fast, super quick. And it looks like going through the numbers, crunching the numbers, it should be about 5,100 for the month. So it hasn't gone up. It hasn't really gone down. I think last month was around the same range anyway. So between that 5,000 and 6,000 mark. I think I told you to tell everybody last week too that I cut down as far as like how many shirts I've been uploading. I have gotten up to 90 per day is my limit. And
jeez.
Yeah, that's I think even if I did hire like a team of designers, and we talked about this last time, it's just the research is really the hardest part, I think. I mean,
always the hardest.
Coming up with 90 different ideas, is it possible? Sure. But I think that with all the other things that I'm balancing, it is tough. But 90 per day is my limit, and I'm nowhere near that. But 5,100 should be the profit for the month. And last 7 days, it's been up and down between like 1350 and 1500. So up and down. It usually stays between that anyway.
Just out of curiosity, how many live shirts do you have currently?
That is a good question. Let me see. 2305 is the amount.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
No, no, those are very impressive numbers. So one thing that's been happening is in the last week, people have their loading their capacity to load designs have gone up
Mhm.
and then gone down for some reason.
Oh,
And
the
then,
submissions per day.
yeah, and then it's gone up again. So I went from 5 to 10, and then it went back down to 5, and now I'm back at 10 again. But yeah, I was just kind of curious how many shirts you have live. So I'm still at the 500 tier. I currently have 417 shirts live.
Nice. Almost there.
Almost there. And you and I were talking earlier this week. For someone who's stuck at the 500 tier, and I'm not trying to put myself on the pedestal or nothing, but my numbers, I have to say, they're pretty damn good.
They are pretty good because I have like 4 times the amount, and I'm doing probably about double what you're doing. So I think that is really good.
Yeah. So again, I have 417 shirts live. I'm at the 500 tier, and I'm closing in on $2,500 in royalty. I'm averaging about 11 shirts per day. Now, if you guys remember, the week right after St. Patty's Day, my numbers plummeted. I mean, it went from 12 plus to going down to about 7 per day. My numbers have gone back up. They're doing average 11 to 12 per day. Obviously, tomorrow being the last day of March, we'll see. It's going to be super close, but I'm either going to come right under $2,500 in royalties, or I'm going to be just slightly over. We'll see. So
let's see what happens. I mean, 1 day left.
Like I said, for someone who's stuck at 500 to bring in $2,500 in royalty, man, that's. Hey, and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it. It took me over a year to get to this point. So,
yeah,
if I can do it,
we've grown.
Yeah, if I can do it, surely anyone can do it.
I remember those days when you were a young lad. A couple of hundred here and there, and it's great to see, Yong, the young chap that I know, grow into what he is right now.
Man, the only
2,500.
The only place that I'm going is around the waist, okay? Because at my age, you're not gonna grow anymore. Trust me. $2,500 in royalty, and you and I were talking, and I think, usually at the end of the month, I like to kind of set a goal for myself, right, for the next month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think April is going to be good, and I'll tell you why. Other than Easter being the major holiday, I just, I mean, there really isn't anything to make a T-shirt about. I don't, Easter, in my opinion, is not a holiday where you sell a lot of T-shirts, right? I mean, people go to church, dressed up. They don't wear funny T-shirts about Easter traditionally, at least not that I know of. So I don't see Easter being a huge holiday where we're going to sell a lot of T-shirts. So I think April is going to be a very slow month. So my goal,
attitude, it will, Young. With that attitude, it will be. Just kidding.
Man, what are you, Tim Robbins or something? What the heck? No, but I think
you got to go all out, 100%, Young. We're in this to win it.
True. True, but unfortunately, I don't control the calendar. So I think April, uh, being such a slow month, I'm just gonna stick with my $2,500 royalty as my goal. But I think May and June, with Mother's Day, Father's Day, and graduation, I think May and June is going to be huge. But in my opinion, again, I could be completely wrong, but I think April is going to be one of the slower months out of the year.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens. Let me see what I did. Speaking of April, what did you do last April? That's my question.
Oh gosh, here, you check and I'll check, and
Okay.
we can compare numbers. I mean, I can pretty much tell you I've pretty much did nothing because I started right around February or March.
Okay. So April 2016, I did $4,413.15.
You want to know how much I did?
Yes, sir.
$53.
There we go. That's what I like to hear because now we can see how much and how far you've grown
53.
from last April to this
$53.
April. That's a huge difference. 1
Huge
year.
difference. 1 year, again, $2,500 in royalty. I'll either fall short or I'll break that mark just slightly. But we'll see, man. I'm very
Yes, sir. I'm
impressed.
pumped. Yeah, me
I'm very
too.
pumped. I'm very pumped. So,
And well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
before we talk about the topic, though, we did get a merch update on the 27th of this month.
Which is, refresh my
Do you know what
memory.
that
Dude,
was?
my brain is
My
not
brain's
functioning.
fried. My brain's fried, man. Just kidding.
Exactly. No, exactly. My brain is fried. I can't remember. Refresh my memory.
Okay. Let me read it to you. Currently, designs are kept live for
Oh,
sale if they receive at least one order within the first 60 days of being published. To
yes.
give your designs more time to make their first sale, as of March 28th, 2017, we are extending this time period to 90 days. This policy will be reviewed on a regular basis and will only apply to newly submitted designs. Designs submitted prior to this date will still receive at least one order, must still receive at least one order within the first 60 days of being published to be kept live.
Yes. That is one good news I think that we've heard in a long time. I know typically, including myself, we kind of like to complain and bitch about how Amazon doesn't care about us as content creators, but this is one good news that's working in our favor. Instead of 60 days, we now have 90 days.
You see, Amazon is about the people.
Amazon is about the people. And Amazon,
but mostly the customers,
is also about the customers.
Yes.
Absolutely. But no, that's great news. So go ahead and everyone, come up with some great designs. Like Glenn and I always preach, design is always prominent, but there's other elements, such as the niche that you're in and keywords and whatnot. So yeah, that's great news.
90 days. So I know everybody's pretty pumped about that. So go create some shirts and they have a little bit more time to play with. So make sure you get some sales, at least just one sale.
Just one for now.
Yeah,
I kind of have a feeling Amazon's going to change that policy for some reason, but for now, all you need is one sale. Absolutely.
Yeah, they'll change stuff, but at least for now, we know what we're doing.
Absolutely.
All right, should we get into our topic?
Yeah. Again, we're probably going to get some criticism, and that's okay. This is a topic that I wanted to do. So if you guys do have something to say, contact me, because again, this is something, again, all jokes aside, this is a very serious, in my opinion, in my opinion, it's kind of serious, right? Because it's, I go into the Facebook groups and I go into the forums and I hear people just complaining. And look, I've done it before. I complain every day. I look in the mirror and I'm like, yo, how much uglier can I get as I get older?
What can I do to make this face better?
Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
and
the way you're hyping this up, sounding really juicy at this point. Like, man, what is this guy? What is
this
this
is
talking about? Like,
this is some soap opera stuff. No, but but what really put me over the edge was I was on Upwork. Believe it or not, guys, we Glenn and I we always do our research, regardless of what topic we're
believe it or
talking
not.
about. No, I mean, because sometimes it does come off like we're just kind of talking about random things, but we do, but I was on Upwork, okay,
Okay.
and and this really put me over the edge. I was on Upwork and I saw a post. Someone was looking for a graphic designer, and I can't remember exactly what it said, but it said something like looking for a T-shirt designer for merch or something, and then in capital letters they put must sell. What does that mean?
What?
What does that mean? So if you hire a graphic designer, if the T-shirts don't sell, are you going to go back and ask for your money back? What does that mean?
Must sell.
That and I saw that and I'm just like, yo, man, this is people are lost a damn mind.
You were triggered after that, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's just look. So the topic is taking action and the cost of running a pod business. And
investing in yourself, investing in products, investing in designs.
yes, absolutely, right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cost of doing business, and I get it. Look, hey, if you're just starting out, okay, you don't want to spend too much money, obviously, because you're not making that much money. But let's look at it. Let's look at this in a different way, okay. For an average Joe like you and I, okay, we're not
Mm-hmm.
celebrities. We don't have a fat music contract. We're not actors. For an average citizen like you and
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of another opportunity where we can make money so easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Glenn, if you can think of one, please let me know. But as of now, I can't think of any other opportunity. Yeah, some people might say Kindle, but you and I have done Kindle. The process is so convoluted, right? You either write the book yourself or you hire a writer, you get it back. You hire a proofreader, you get it back. You hire a graphic designer for a title. I mean, not for a title, but for a cover. Just a very convoluted process.
Yeah, I guess we should have said like easiest way to make money without having to spend money because merch
True,
is $0 to to
true.
use this platform.
Um, so basically, what I'm getting at is, look, even if you're in the beginning stages and you're not making that much money, uh, either take action or invest in yourself and uh, buy products, services, even courses. There's a couple of good courses that I recommend out there because if you don't do that, you're not going to succeed. Okay. Glenn and I, we just happen to have the design background. Like, I get it, so it's easier for us to say that. But um, a good example is when I first started FBA back, 7, 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was doing YouTube videos on it, right? And when I got into it, uh, I had to learn how to do FBA by myself, and I read so much, right? Because I saw the opportunity that was presented to me, and I knew I could make a lot of money. Um, and I did all the research on my own. And Glenn, obviously, you and I met through the reselling community, and I was
Mm-hmm.
crushing it, man. By the time you and I met, man, my numbers were so huge. I mean, I was doing like 4 or 5,000 per month on a part-time basis
Yeah.
on FBA, and that was all because I made the effort to learn as much as I can about FBA. So in the beginning, you don't have to invest much, okay? But as your business grows, you know, invest in products, invest in services. Um, you know, when if you don't have a design background and you hire designers, Okay, don't be that person who goes on Upwork and posts that stupid ad with that stupid posting about looking for merch designers must sell. Okay, that's garbage. Okay, now you can always negotiate with a designer, but don't ever, ever undercut them. Okay, Glenn, let me ask you, man, as a graphic designer, if someone approached you and says, Glenn, can you design a shirt for me, $5 per shirt? What would you say?
I would say something that I can put together pretty easily. I can type it out and I'm done. You don't get any changes. You don't get anything special. I mean, you get what you pay for. So at $5 and considerate of my time, it must be very I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute for me to do it. Something I could just easily just type out.
Okay,
Something
but
very, very, very simple.
You're obviously
Yeah.
You're obviously being much more polite than I am. I would tell him to kiss my ass, because that's garbage. Okay. Again, this is a service, a product that represents you as a merch business. Uh, so for you to say, uh, must sell, what does that mean? If the shirts don't sell, are you going to ask for your money back? Okay. Again, there's room for negotiation. Last week, I know we spoke with Jewel Tolentino, and she said that she's paying. She has two designers, and she's paying them $3 per design. Now, I think that's an exception. I think she got really lucky. I haven't seen those designs myself, so I don't know the quality of the designs, but I think that's a rare situation. But for the most part,
that's an agreement between her
yeah,
and the designers, and if they're
absolutely,
happy with that number, then all for it. But
yeah,
that's
absolutely,
totally with them. Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. But I think it's an agreement like that is really rare. Um, but yeah, I just don't get it, man. People, they don't want to invest in products, and I get it. And I've said this multiple times already. I get it, man. Look, if you're just starting off, if your account just got approved, if you have no design background and you can't spend any money, well, you know what? There's hundreds, if not thousands, of courses on YouTube for free that will teach you how to use Illustrator, Photoshop. We've said 100 times by now, if uh, if you're not approved, start uploading your designs on other platforms like Redbubble, Teespring. How many of you guys have done that so far? Uh, Take action. Okay, invest in products. Glenn,
I think in the very beginning, I don't think it's required to spend money yet. Well, whenever I get a lot of emails as far as like, okay, now that I'm in, what should I be doing? And the thing is that before you even got in, you should have been researching niches. You should have been learning how to design. You should have been looking at tutorials. Because we had said this in the very beginning of the podcast, like the first couple of episodes. If you're not in, you will get in. We just don't know when. And while you're waiting, there's a lot that can be done so that when you do get in, you're ready to go. And that's the kind of stuff that I do get emails on. What should I do now? I got in. I'm at 10 tier. What do I do? And we talked about that before, how you should have been ready to go. But even if you're in at 10 designs right now, if you learned a little bit about design stuff, they don't have to be complicated designs. They don't need to be the best designs ever. You're trying to learn the platform. Your main goal is also to tier up. Like I wouldn't look to like make a bunch of money right off the bat. I mean, that shouldn't be your goal at 10 to bring in, $1,200 immediately. I mean, more than likely that's not going to happen, but that shouldn't be your goal. Your goal is you want to learn this platform well, so where you know what you're doing. You want to grow. If you do tier up, let's say you have 25 designs, now you have a little bit more to work with. Now I would look into, let's say, hey, you made your first $50, you made your first even $30. you know that this can go somewhere. You know that the money's there, but it takes time, effort, putting in the work, everything like that. Now you can look at, reinvesting in your business or investing in something else that you can learn how to grow it from here. But from the very
Yes.
beginning, that's not your main goal.
Yes. I agree 100%. But here's the thing, okay? And you and I were talking about this earlier this afternoon. Uh, how many of you guys have a Netflix subscription? $9.99 per month, okay? How many of you guys have a Hulu subscription? How many of you guys have a GameFly subscription? Okay? I think they cost about $10 per month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Provide absolutely no value whatsoever except for entertainment value. Okay? Look, you guys probably go to Starbucks 5 times a day. And I know a lot of you guys do that. Probably get yourself an espresso or a frappuccino, spending $5 per day. And then you talk about, oh, I can't invest in my business because I just started. Come on, man. Stop sucking on this damn frappuccino and invest in some products that can help you with your business. Okay. Skillshare.com, something that I personally pay for. Okay. If you guys don't know what that is, it's very similar to Udemy, but instead of paying per course, instead of paying for a course individually, you pay a monthly subscription of, I think it's $10 or $11 per month, and you can watch any damn video that they have on their platform. Okay, I pay for that again because that's an investment towards my business. And if you can't afford $10 per month, well, then there's something wrong with you. I don't know what else to say. And that's what I'm talking about, right? Glenn, let's talk about you. You're doing something really exciting.
Yes.
You care to tell us about it?
Yeah, let's see. I talked a little bit about it on my YouTube channel if you follow it, but I don't think I mentioned it on any merch type related videos. But
Okay.
I am going to be going to New York in about 2 weeks, and I'm going to go meet Gary Vaynerchuk in NYC. I'm going to go to Vayner Media. I'm going to meet Gary, and I'm going to learn. It's this thing called a daily digital deep dive. You might have he talked a little bit about it in his YouTube videos, but he created this action-packed day, I guess, of networking with other people, building your brand. There's supposed to be like a couple of like keynotes and workshops and learning from Vayner Media as far as advertising goes, maybe through Facebook, Instagram ads, building your brand through social media, different things like that as far as like how to improve. And this this investment was pricey. And that's probably why a lot of people were really turned down by it because of how pricey it is. But I'm looking at this thing as a whole. What do I want to do with not only merch, but YouTube, eBay, Amazon FBA, this podcast, our private Facebook group, all these things that are coming together? What do I want to do to build my brand, Hustler Hacks, or myself? Maybe if coaching or keynotes or something I can share my story on, struggling with student loans at one point and making those minimum payments for years and feeling stuck, at my job and going through all this. I want to help other people, but this investment was $10,000. That didn't include flights or meals or hotel stay. $10,000 straight
10K.
up, 10K straight up, straight out of my account into Vayner Media, and that was it. there was no payment plan. There was no, 5 easy payments of 2,000. Even that's not even an easy payment. It was just 10K. Either you want to go in or you don't. You want to learn, you want to invest in yourself and your business, or you don't. And for that weekend, because it's the first ever, I guess, daily digital deep dive that Gary Vee is ever going to do. It's the first ever one. Only 10 people get in. They're going to do more, of course, I think, throughout the time, but this is the first ever one. I know they wanted to make it big and special, everything like that. So as soon as I got the email from Gary, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in, just going to do this. No questions asked. I want to grow. I want to get better. I want to make more money. I want to help more people. I'm doing this.
First of all, congratulations, Glenn. I think
Thank you, sir.
The opportunity for you to go to New York, meet with Gary Vee is awesome. But this is what I'm talking about. Glenn is setting a good example. Okay. He's spending $10,000 out of his own pocket. Okay. Because he sees this as an investment towards his business. Okay. Now I'm not telling you guys to go out and spend 10K. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. But in Glenn's situation, okay, he's obviously doing multiple things. As he mentioned, he's doing FBA, eBay, YouTube, merch, and whatever else he wants to get into. And Glenn, you and I know that I personally don't believe in that whole Gary Vee thing, right? Hey, real talk. That's just me. Look, I don't buy into all that. But I get it, man. That's something that you find valuable. Back when I was really, when I used to train a lot in martial arts, I used to go to seminars, right? If Ken Shamrock was in town doing a seminar, I would pay $300, right? Kind of the same situation like you, right? And people would be like, "Yo, man, that's stupid, man. Why the hell would you pay $300 for something like that?" Well, that's just something that I'm really interested in, right?
Yeah.
Same situation, okay? Gary Vee's not my thing, but that's something that you believe in. Even if it's something that you feel is going to help you grow as far as business.
Yeah, and he's not for everybody, which I totally understand. And I think the investment, I think if it would have been like 10,000 to just meet him or something, I mean, that's just ridiculous. But really, what I wanted to learn and what I liked about it was the whole networking workshop, seeing what his company does, multi-million-dollar company, how to build a brand correctly, how to do ads correctly, things like that I've always been interested in, that I just don't know much about. And I do feel it sometimes that I might be stuck somewhere, like having a decent amount of YouTube subscribers, like almost at, let's see, right now I think I'm like 23,000 or something like that. So it's not like I haven't done anything, but at the same time, I feel like I have so much more to go. Many years to grow that. I'm not in a rush to say like, oh, well, if I don't hit 100,000 subs in the next, 6 months, well, I'm quitting because this is stupid. Nothing like that. I'm in it for the long term. I really want to grow all of them, but I want to grow them correctly. I don't want to waste more time not knowing what I'm going to do if I can do it correctly, and, and know what kind of tips I need to kind of follow, what kind of guides I need to follow, how I can improve on certain things, which I hope that happens too. If Gary tells me, I don't know, this podcast sucks, or or you know what, my videos can be better if I did this, and right now they're not really that great, well, then I'm all for it, because it's all the truth, anything I can hear. And not only just from him, but feedback from other people too. Hey, it would be cool. Maybe you can bust out more into like, a bigger audience if you did this instead of just, I don't want to just be known as, well, it's kind of weird because I have different, I guess, things that people know me from, which is also kind of weird. But some people just know me from merch and not really knowing that I have a YouTube channel or anything to do with Hustler Hacks. And some people just know me as being like this Ross shoe guy that just finds stuff and sells it on eBay and doesn't really know or care much about merch. And I kind of wanted it to be overall, as in someone that I can help other people, like I said, that's struggling with student loans or different just income in general, because I know what that felt like.
Because
And
you've gone through that. Absolutely.
yeah, I've gone through that, overcame, over 50 grand in combined, student loans and car loans and credit card loans, and making the same amount of money per month, working, 8 to 5, and not doing what you love and things like that.
Grinding.
So yeah, exactly. And it just, that's really what I want to help people with. But this was just a huge investment, huge opportunity that I didn't want to, I don't know, have that in my mind one day and just be like, what if I could have gone to go do this in New York, but instead,
Absolutely.
The tickets sold out. It was only 10 people. I waited too long. I thought about it too much. What if I could have gone? And I think that's the same thing that could happen with anybody in any business. What if you just got accepted into merch, you're really pumped about it, but let's say you never moved on it. And let's say you had 10 open slots, you never moved on it. 2 or 3 months later, your account is closed.
Yeah.
You could ask yourself, what if I could have done something? What if I could have grown my merch account to something else, to 25 tier, to 100 tier? What if I actually did not only just put in the work, but invested in something else to learn a program, or to learn how to do keywords, or to learn how to get high quality designs on my own and create a schedule on what looks good, when I could do it, my time schedule to also balance, if you're reselling, doing other things. There's a lot of what ifs there, and you don't want to be in that. You don't want to have regrets on what you could have done.
Yes. Well said.
So thank you, sir. That's
said.
How I felt about it. So, and that's how I feel about business in general.
Absolutely. So Glenn is setting an example. Okay. He's investing in himself. 10K, more than 10K, because you have to pay for your flight, your hotel.
Not only that, but I'm paying for the wife's flight.
You're paying for the wife. He doesn't know this yet, but he's paying for me. So he's paying more than 10K. And like we said, this is an investment. This is a tax write-off for you, right? Because it's towards your business.
Yeah, this is going to be a tax write-off for me, for the business. And that leads to like another totally different thing that we talked about before about paying taxes. And you could see it as, okay, like I made a YouTube video on making, close to 60,000 last year in merch of profit, right? Because I designed them all myself. But, when you're making a certain amount of money, then you also have to make that business grow by reinvesting in other things. So I bought, a brand new computer to make sure that I can also be efficient with my time, instead of having an older computer that takes forever to load or freezes or does all these things, has, more memory and things like that. So I can use this computer for a little bit of time, build that up, and everything's good. I don't have to struggle with that. But as far as a whole goes, with paying taxes, I bought new lighting for my eBay. I bought a new little setup thing for me to take pictures for eBay. A new, mic and headphones and stuff for the podcast. Things like a new camera so I can learn a little bit more about vlogging, better videos for YouTube, growing all that. So you can tell yourself, like, let's say if you did make 60 grand, then you can ask yourself, what do I want to do with that money? Do I want to buy a new car? I could have put 60 grand to a new Corvette.
Why?
If that's something that I wanted. Yeah. Well, why? I don't know. If that's something that I really wanted to do, as far as like buying a brand new car to, I don't know, show off or something, then sure, I could have done something like that. Because people think of it like that too, especially like going on Instagram and other social media. Someone has something cool or something flashy, then you're like, oh man, what is that guy doing? Or people that want to show off all the time or something like that. Of course, I could have done something like that, but I don't want to be in this merch thing and be like, all right, cool, I made 58,000 or whatever. Cool, let's celebrate. I'm gonna show everybody what I got with that money and blah blah blah. No, like
Sure.
I'm in it for the long run. Like I really want to build this up year
Sure.
after year, and let's see what happens from that. But not only just merch, but everything else. I want to build everything up, and that's going to take investing in different products and different courses, maybe, or in this case, this workshop type of thing. So, I mean, there's a lot of things out there that will help you, but only if you really want to help yourself.
Absolutely. So Glenn is setting an example for all of us. This is why he's doing 5,000 per month, because he's reinvesting in himself. Like you said, he's come tax season, he's not just paying income tax, but he's buying products. So here's the thing: like, why would you want to pay Uncle Sam at the end of the year a huge lump, a huge lump sum of money? Why don't you instead invest in yourself and your business, regardless of what tier you're at? And again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you to drop 10K, but sign up for sites like Skillshare, $10 a month, and write that off instead of paying Uncle Sam that money. And that's what we're saying, guys. Okay. Again, I kind of sound like the bad guy here in this episode, but hey, I don't mind being the bad guy. I saw that ad on Upwork and it pissed me off. And I'm not picking on anyone in general. I mean, in particular, but I'm just talking in general. Uh, you really, really have to take action and have to reinvest in your business. Because otherwise, I'm a firm believer of education. The more you educate yourself, the more successful you'll be. So if you want to learn graphic design, again, there's a lot of courses out there. You don't have to pay a couple $100, but there's sites like Udemy, lynda.com is another good one.
Mm-hmm.
Just educate yourself, reinvest in yourself, and I promise you, if you're patient, it will pay off. It really will.
And you have like, fonts and things like that you can buy, different packages. You want to buy
Yeah.
new software for let's say Illustrator, Photoshop, that kind of stuff. If you want to buy a new computer, you can do that too. To make sure you
Absolutely.
have more memory, you have a faster computer that can get these designs done for you. I don't know if you want to pay for other, I don't know, coaching or different things like that. I mean, we don't have anything to plug as far as like our own products. We don't have any merch products. We do everything for free and trying to build this community up and help people. But there's things that you can get out there. But I guess one thing that you can also learn, this is also from me too, because this was, 2016, and a lot of it goes to merch, as far as like eBay, FBA, YouTube, all of that stuff, and merch. A lot of it went to merch as far as like where my money came from. It was, honestly, the best year I think I've had. It was a 6-figure year on my income. It was great. But once like once Uncle Sam sees that you're making money, and this could be 2,000. Let's say you make 2,000 on merch. Let's say you make 1,000 on merch for the entire year. You're still going to have to put that was income that you got in. And as long as that money is coming in, you are going to have to pay taxes either way. And one of the things that I didn't really, I guess also because it happened so quickly, I think with merch after, it didn't happen quickly that I was making a bunch of money right off the bat. I didn't make over a couple of $100 until 7 months in, after I joined.
And Glenn was very fortunate where that he got in right when merch came out and before there were any restrictions. So he was able to scale, like you said, in 6 months, which is really fast compared to me, where it's taken me a year. So that's why.
Even then, some people are gonna say, "Oh man, like a whole year, Yong," or "Oh man, a whole 6 months." I was expecting the immediate sales within the first, 5-6 weeks.
And you know what? and I've said this before, this is not a overnight get rich scheme. Um, if that's what you're looking for, there's plenty of infomercials on at 2 o'clock in the morning that you guys can watch and invest in. This is not the case. Okay, it's again, I mentioned this earlier in the show. This merch doesn't cost you a single penny. Okay, this is provided to us absolutely free by Amazon.
As of now.
As of now, but since it is free, why not take that $10, $20 per month, especially if you're just getting started, and you know, invest in yourself, take action, go learn Illustrator, go, and if you're not in merch, take action, upload your designs onto other platforms, and just again, guys, I'm telling you, if you guys do that and you're patient, it really, really will pay off at the end of the day.
And even then, after we start growing and you can invest in other things, another investment is going to be Facebook and Instagram, marketing. If you're paying, high end, Instagrammers that say have a huge following, you want to pay them to do shout outs to pay for your brand. And of course, ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I know that's the next thing that I do. Yeah, and
those are write-offs because they're all related to your business.
Exactly. And I can't be shy when it comes to paying for ads. I know that if I really want to get something done, I can't, when that time comes, that's what I'm hoping to also learn with the workshop that I talked to, VaynerMedia when they had contacted me and what I want to learn, what I want to do. That was one of the things too, is like proper ads. What's the right way to do it? Facebook, Instagram, things like that. And I know if I tell myself, hey, you know what? I'm going to try $8 in ads this month. That's not going to tell me how good ads are going to be. $8 or $10. I can't get great results unless I'm really putting in some good money into it, just like the money that I expect to get out of it, and to really do proper tests, at least to see if this is a good market for my brand or not, or brands as far as merch goes. But that's gonna take time and money to build that up. But back to the story, it just I didn't really know as far as like I guess what I probably could have done or should have done as the year went by, and I learned a little bit more after doing my taxes this year, from my accountant, when I should, spend some money, put in some money to reinvest in things. And I would just always keep that in mind, because he told me, like surprisingly, like, all right, cool, this is how much you owe. Because even though I still bought a lot of stuff, I still could have done more and I should have done more, but this is the first year of merch. You learn from things. And I was all right, cool. This is what I pay. I have that money, which is fine. I can pay it. But he was like, that's good though, that you have that money put aside, because that Uncle Sam's going to take money. There's people at the end of the year that don't have that money anymore because they blew it on something else.
They blew it on something
not
stupid.
Related on their business. Yeah, on something totally different, not related on their business. Now it's time to pay up, and they can't. And you don't want to be put in that situation. Use that money, like Yong said, on different things in your business that will help you, and it'll grow that, and you'll be ready also when it comes to tax time, and not just buying dumb stuff that you don't need.
And Glenn actually paid a pretty penny. I'm not going to tell you how much he paid, but I was like, yo, that's a lot. I haven't done my taxes yet. I have an appointment with my CPA on the 11th. But yeah, that's what this episode's about, guys. Just you guys taking action and just reinvesting in yourself and your business. Glenn, man, you're awesome, dude. I'm always inspired every time I talk to you and I hear your story. Because at the end of the day, this might sound silly, but I want to be like Glenn, man. I want to make $5,000 per month. Am I there yet? No, but you know what? I'm reinvesting in myself all the time.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Like
Appreciate
you said,
the kind words.
Yeah, man. Seriously, I mean, even I'm buying fonts, and like I said, I mentioned Skillshare. Shout out to Gio Hernandez again. My man recommended a very good course on Shopify. I can't remember the name of the course, but once I find out, I'll put that in the show notes. And before we go, since you mentioned the Instagram shout out, I did hire somebody off of Fiverr to shout out one of my shirts.
Oh, okay.
On Redbubble. Cost me $35. Again, folks, tax write-off, business related. I didn't get one damn sale. Ain't that I didn't get one sale, man. Got a bunch of likes. That's about it, but I didn't get one sale.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well, I guess we can try something else to try to see what's working out there. But I guess before we leave, one last thing. Anybody in the Facebook group, if you want to, I don't know, we'll probably have something in the group. You want to leave a comment, you want to contact any of us, let me know. A little open challenge. Let us know what you're going to do extra. It can be for anything, because we come from the reselling world. It can be anything as far as eBay goes. You want to do lighting or whatever, but this is a merch podcast. Let us know what you have or will reinvest this year.
How are you going to grow? Right.
Yeah. If you've already reinvested in something, let us know what you've already done. Maybe you already bought a font package. Maybe you've already tried to do ads. And if you haven't yet, let us know what you hope to reinvest in. Maybe later on. Maybe you're not ready to do that right now, but maybe later on you will. Let us know in the comments, and we'll probably start something in Facebook. You can, respond to us in the comments, but let us know what you hope to reinvest or things that you already have invested in.
Good. I like that, man. I like that. But yeah,
thank you, sir.
Tag us. Let us know what you're doing. Again, I might sound like the bad guy in this particular episode. This was my idea to do this particular topic. So, I wasn't talking about anyone in particular. This is just in general. So if you guys do have something to say, you can always message me. And Glenn, where can they message you? Where can they find you?
Merch Minds, our private Facebook group, or you can email me, hustlerhacks1@gmail.com.
And you can find me at geekhustle.com, my new website. It's been up for about a month or so. And you can email me at Yong, YONG, @geekhustle.com. Other than that, guys, if you like this podcast, share it with your friends. Give us a good review or a bad review. It doesn't matter. And 25 episodes in, I feel like we've come a long way. We're only going to get better, hopefully, long as I don't screw up. And other than that, man, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See you next week, episode 26.